I'm really proud about the 127-year legacy of National Geographic, and I stand here really on the shoulders of giants and people who are photographers and journalists and researchers and scientists and explorers and just kids curious about the world, learning through our visual storytelling and learning to dream about going to new places, under the sea, on land, climbing the world's tallest mountains, working in a park to clean up a park, and discovering birds and bugs and plants and new species that maybe nobody's even heard of before. This is so important now, and here's why. The planet has so many issues and needs all of us now more than ever. The UNEP tells us that greenhouse gas emissions are going to possibly double in the next 50 years, that there's been a 230% rise in flood disasters and a 38% rise in drought disasters over the last 50 years, that toxic chemical pollutants are now found in 90% of the world's water bodies, that critical habitats continue to decline, that species extinction is expected to continue at an alarming rate. That would be completely depressing if we didn't believe there was something we could do about it. At National Geographic, we have always had an attitude, as we said, of worry, yes, but wonder about possibilities. And now we have an unprecedented opportunity to double down on our investments in National Geographic, which we are going to do for scientists, for explorers, for photographers, for journalists and educators. We've recently increased our endowment to nearly $1 billion, and we'll work and we'll use that money to create centers for excellence in education, in cartography, in journalism, around science and the environment, and photography. We'll work to protect wildlife. We'll document endangered species with the goal to help, of course, save them. We'll push for healthier oceans. We'll search for new ways to preserve ancient treasures. We'll collaborate with educators to ensure that our children are geographically literate and, of course, therefore better able to take their places as the global citizens of this world they are inheriting from us. And we will invest in people like last year's honoree Sylvia Earle and Enrique Sala, who through the National Geographic Pristine Seas Project has inspired world leaders now to protect more than 850,000 square miles of ocean. People like Brian Christie, a brave journalist who was covering organized crime in South Philadelphia. And now he just unpacked, through his special investigations unit, organized crime syndicates to expose the wildlife traffickers who are funding terrorism and showing the criminals that they are, in an inspiration to have something like President Xi and President Obama announcing just 2 days ago a new ban on ivory. People who are going to help us meet the ambitious goals that leaders from around the world will adopt at the UN this very week. These are the people of National Geographic. And they're joined by millions around the globe who passionately believe and share in the power of science, exploration, and storytelling to change the world. Over the next few days, many of you in this room will help chart the course of where we need to go. We are behind you and look forward to partnering with you. We look forward to telling your stories of solutions, stories of meeting the Sustainable Development Goals, stories of the other champions here tonight. Together, we have the power to change the world. And the world is counting on us. We need everyone to be a champion of the earth. Thank you so much.